And now, for State of Trade in Star Citizen. We return to partial broadcasting in the midst of 3.9, with 3.91 currently on PTU. 3.9 saw the introduction of New Babbage, as well as the moons of Clio, Calliope, and Euterpe. The economic impact of a new city and moons has been surprisingly minimal, save for the addition of new sources of medical supplies. The moons of Calliope and Clio have 2 outposts each that mirror the commodities of Deacons and Hicks, tripling previous sources of medical supplies and stems. With New Babbage being a bulk purchaser of both commodities, this has led to a flood of both into New Babbage. Traders using any ship larger than a Freelancer Max are cautioned against taking these commodities into New Babbage, as the city has the same demand and refresh rate of Lorville and Area 18 with a cap of 500 SCU. 3.9 also sees various issues that negatively impact trading. Besides the usual server crashes that follow a new patch, a new bug has appeared where outposts do not populate their commodities. This has made trade especially difficult during this time. A link to an Issue Council report has been posted down below. Later this week, we'll see the beginning of a new event, Invictus Launch Week. The event will run from May 22nd to June 1st. Similar to Anniversary or IAE events of the past, limited ships will be on sale on the RSI website. It will also see the return of ships available for free flight rental. The event will take place at the Area 18 Convention Center. Curiously, Drake Interplanetary was not invited to the convention, but has decided to host their own. The Drake Convention will be located in Area 18's Riker Memorial Spaceport. Traders looking to take advantage of free flight caterpillars are strongly urged to attend. A link to the daily schedule for the event can be found below in the description. Next, we will take a look at some of the market data from the previous week. However, due to the before-mentioned issue, market data presented is potentially skewed, as not all locations could be polled. Please keep this in mind as we discuss prices. In the metals market, Agricium rose to 24.96 around Daymar, far above its base price of 22.5. Gold continued its surging in Crusader at 5.86, with its base pricing of 5.41 being found in abundance around ArcCorp. Titanium has returned to its base price of 7.10, with minimal price hikes reaching 7.20 during peak trading. Tungsten around Crusader rose to 3.79, up from a base of 3.55. Aluminum holds at a base price of 1.11. Legal Vice sees distilled spirits at its usual price hike, reaching 4.47 over a base of 4.20. Stem saw a slew of minor increases in Crusader and Microtech, reaching as high as 3.10 from a base of 2.80. We do not have sufficient data on criminal vices at this time. However, Crew L5 is currently missing its hidden terminal, making the movement of SLAM impossible at this time. Gases see astatine reaching 7.82 in various locations as its outposts have been hit especially hard by the commodity bug. However, Benson Mining has had astatine at its base price of 7 UEC multiple times during polling, and it is recommended that traders check the outpost during off-peak hours. Fluorine holds at a base of 2.35, chlorine follows at 1.3, hydrogen at 0.90, and iodine keeps to the trend by holding at its base of 0.35. The mineral market is still dominated by laranite. However, adjustments to demand have seen movement begin to decrease. Lorville and Area 18 sell prices have fallen as low as the mid-28 range, with Microtech holding closer to the 31 range that most sellers are familiar with. In response, availability has increased as traders have switched to alternative cargoes. Prices dipped to the mid-25 range, still above its base of 24.10 but far below previous pricing. Diamond continues to be heavily trafficked, hitting highs of 650 in some locations. Tram & Myers of Crusader is the only location that continues to hold to a base of 5.85, making it a hotspot for both traders and pirates alike. Barrels sees a small bump in price in Crusader at 4.07, slightly above a base of 4.05, while Corundum holds at a base of 2.3, and Quartz does the same at 1.25. Scrap continues to be a dominant commodity as many are attracted to its safe routes and high profit margins. The Wonder commodities soared as high as 1.61 at Area 18, with Grim Hex and Crew L1 not far behind in the 1.53 range. Traders hitting less trafficked locations will find prices closer to its base of 1.35. Medical supplies have seen a surge of movement into New Babbage as in-system outposts have tripled overall supply. Prices peaked at 17.39 on Calliope, far above the base price of 15.75. Prices around Crusader returned to near base pricing, making previous runs of medical supplies to Loreville or Area 18 viable once again. Agricultural supplies see little movement and hold at 1 UEC, with some outposts around Hurston reporting prices as low as 0.90. And now, for next week's forecast. With the start of a free-fly event, trade will be tumultuous at best. With heavy-hitting hardware and bulk traders available to rent, prices and safety of routes will swing wildly. For next week, we suggest sticking to low-risk routes such as fluorine and chlorine, and show extra caution for any route that brings you into Port Olisar. Area 18 will see more traffic than usual due to the event, so keep that in mind when hauling to the city. And now, for this week's Trading Tip. With the introduction of the prison system, pirates are more organized than ever. Pay attention to the status of the comm array in your area. If it goes down, there's a good chance you're about to be the target of a pirate group. If you haven't purchased, leave the area. If you have purchased, leave the area as fast as your ship will allow. That's it for this week's State of Trade. Stay tuned for a special message. Hey truckers, Jack here. I'm sure you've noticed my lack of updates, especially after the last one where I totally said I was back. For that, I apologize. Between being distracted by other things and getting burned out on the current trade scene just a little, it's been a while since I really did anything. However, I would still like to create content when there is content worth creating. With that in mind, I will return to putting these out when I can, as well as more guides and updated progression videos. I appreciate all of you for watching these and making your voices heard. Thank you. So, until next time, keep on trucking.